about Legion of Superheroes is, especially like the early days, is, you know, nobody wants them there. Like they're a bunch of kids in a rocket ship shaped clubhouse in the middle of Metropolis. You know, like, they don't have any authority. You know, they're teenagers. What do they know?
Yeah. And then, like, you know, a couple years later, the science police are like, so guys, we got nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now what are you watching or reading or listening to as of late?
Well, okay. Well, watching that's the big thing. So I talked about the fake famous documentary that I watched this morning.
Yeah.
Another documentary that I'm watching, I got to watch the last episode of, is The Lady in the Dale on HBO.
Okay. Oh yeah, about the three-wheeled car.
Yes. It's fascinating. It's fast. It's by the Duplass brothers who do Stranger Things.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they're the producers on it, and like the whole story. Like, I'm not really a car guy, and I'd never even heard of 20th Century Motor Car Company, and the whole thing. Like,
I remember vaguely seeing something about that, like on 2020 as a kid, maybe.
Yeah, you know, that's like, but the whole story, like this whole story with G. Elizabeth Carmichael, who
was a trans woman, right?
The trans woman, a career criminal.
Yeah.
You know, on the run from the law for like a decade.
And then becomes one of the most famous people in America.
Yeah. It's just amazing and bizarre and just so much fun to watch. Like I'm you know, I was talking to Tess Fowler earlier, and we're both watching it, and she's just like, I just feel like it's going to end badly. I just don't want it to end badly. Yes. I think it's probably going to end badly. That's just sort of like the nature of things. But so I'm watching that. What else?
Wait, you mean John DeLorean doesn't get clean?
So I'm watching that. What else did I see recently? I saw the pilot episode of the new Equalizer with Queen Latifah.
Yeah,
which was pretty good. It's, you know, it's CBS. It's procedural. It's, you know, it's got
a good cast, and I'll tell you right now, I honestly believe Queen Latifah at 50 years old chasing down criminals in the city of New York way more than I do Edward Woodward at 55. And I mean, I love the original Equalizer, but there are some scenes in that show where like them cutting to the stuntman, it is
it's Barnaby Jones level sort of like ridiculous.
It's, you know, it's so funny. Although I'd love to see maybe like William Zabka show up in an episode of the new Equalizer as Queen Latifah's half brother. You know, it turns out that's why she's named McCall. She's McCall's fucking daughter. I'd be down for that. Why not?
Why not?
And God bless Zabka. You know, for Cobra Kai.
I have not seen Cobra Kai yet.
You know what? I haven't watched it either, but hilariously, it was Motor City Comic Con, which we mentioned earlier. Doing that show, and I'm hanging out in the hotel bar after the con, and Martin Cove and William Zabka come walking into the bar, you know, and I say in an Irish whisper, why do I get the feeling I'm about to get my ass kicked? And they were, both of them are just really, really sweet guys, you know. And
I've heard that. I've heard, especially like William Zabka. Like I heard it's just not like the whole like Johnny Lawrence thing for like years and years and years. He just took it in stride. And, which is funny because that's whenever I think of him, I don't think of him as Johnny Lawrence. I always think of Better Off Dead. That's the first thing that always pops in my mind when I think of him.
Right on. I forgot that. That's great. Oh man. But I said to Martin Cove, I said, hey, my mom's a big fan from back in the Cagney Lacey days.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, man, everybody's mom's a fan from back in the Cagney Lacey days. Jamal, thank you so much for being on. It was
my pleasure, Pat.
And would love to have you back soon. Once again, Jamal Igle, please go out and buy The Wrong Earth, Volume 1 and 2. Go buy Black Volume 1, and the first issue of White is coming out in April.
Yes.
Ahoy Comics, and you can find Jamal on Twitter, if you want to interact with him. Thank you once again. This is wonderful. And
my pleasure.
We'll hope to have you back soon.
No problem, man.
All right. Later.
All right. Later.